Hey, it's CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and you have to check out the fastest rising podcast in all of professional wrestling. I'm talking about the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. If you're looking for pay-per-view predictions, if you're looking for pay-per-view reviews, if you're looking for interviews, check out the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Crash and Burn!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, the fastest rising podcast in pro wrestling, where we are going to be talking about AEW's most recent pay-per-view, AEW Revolution, which was their most recent pay-per-view, happened this past Sunday night on pay-per-view. Let's bring everybody in. First up, he's back. Jacob.
Great to be back. I just had a bunch of scheduling issues, but I told y'all I would make it to this one, and I made it to this one, thankfully. So, yeah.
Next up, he is here, Lucas.
Of course I am here. Like, come on now. It's not a Crash and Burn without me. And by the way, there's no Crash and Burn without me. It's as simple as that. But I'm here to do AEW Revolution. Great show and everything. But there's some slight issues that I do have with the show. Because once you have a good show, they have some flaws in there. And we're going to talk about it.
All right. So I think some of us might join in later in the show while we record, but let's start right now, and I can always catch them up. So let's start off with the buy-in match. Dr. Britt Baker and Maki Ito defeated Rio and Thunder Rosa. So Jacob.
Well, I enjoyed the match. Me personally, I've watched a lot of Japanese Joshi wrestling, so I've been high on Maki Ito. I think she's a great talent. Her character is a little bit for the purists and stuff. They don't really like not fun, but comedy wrestling ish. I can see why they wouldn't like her, but me personally, I liked her. I thought the match was good. Everybody in there kind of flowed together and stuff like that, and it sets up kind of future stories and stuff that went on Dynamite the following week and stuff like that. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right. Lucas.
I figured Britt Baker was going to win because they're going to do something big for Britt Baker. Because you saw in the last Dynamite as time recording and Wednesday, 2 days from today as recording, they basically put her in the vicious side. So I wonder they're going to put her over Hikaru Shida because I want to see her as world champion. It's in overdoing me because that's a long time ago, but still not a bad match. I'll admit, I picked Britt Baker to win, and I was right. So I'm happy I got it right. Because I love Thunder Rosa and all, I love Rio and all, but Britt Baker's is on a different level. Come on now.
Yeah. I thought it was a good match to get the fans hyped up for the main card on the pay-per-view that they spent $50 for here in the US. Back and forth action. Now let's move on to the main card. So AEW Revolution started off with the Young Bucks defeating the Inner Circle to retain the AEW World Tag Team titles. Lucas.
I figured that was going to happen. I picked Jericho and MJF for some reason. I thought they were going to put new tag team champions on them for Inner Circle because I honestly think Inner Circle should be tag team champions. I don't care which form you put in. You can put Stan Guevara and Chris Jericho. You can put Santana Ortiz. You can put anybody that you want to put for Inner Circle. But Jericho and MJF were the best ones because you saw Wednesday, MJF had a new faction. So, and I said in a long time recording, if MJF is going to be Inner Circle, he is honestly going to make it worse. He's going to make it more dysfunctional. And look what happened to Stan Guevara. Stan Guevara was out of the circle because of MJF. And this was the last time we saw MJF in the circle. I figured Young Bucks going to win, though. It was still a good match, though. I will still admit, it was still a good match. You had near fall, back and forth. Even though the Young Bucks have slowed down over the years, I honestly think that they should go back to Ring Honor days and go back to kind of those days. But near from that, it was still a pretty good match. Young Bucks always still put on good matches and everything. There's no doubt about that. But they need to step up, though. Because the other tag teams out there that's going to be up there, like Death Triangle, and Dark Order, and some other ones I can't think of, Beer Country as well. So yeah.
All right. Jacob.
I enjoyed the match. I think there was a couple botches in there that they could have been a little bit better on, but it was a good match. There was good heel work from Chris Jericho, MJF, and Wardlow in the match. I didn't think that the Young Bucks were losing the titles at this show, and I kind of hope they didn't because I didn't like that Jericho and MJF were automatically the team in the inner circle. Like they tried pushing them as the team so hard, but personally, I think you could have. I think the match that the Young Bucks had with Santana and Ortiz on Dynamite was better than the match that they had on Revolution. I think you could have switched those two matches and it would have been a way better payoff, in my opinion. And you still could have set up MJF leaving on Dynamite the way that he did. That's how I see it. But it was a good match, though.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match to kick off the main card. I enjoy both teams. Both teams killed it in this match, and I honestly don't mind the Young Bucks retaining. I'm honestly enjoying their reign. They're one of my favorite tag teams in AEW. Anyways, next match, Rey Fénix won by last eliminating Jungle Boy in the Casino Tag Team Royale for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Jacob.
It was a fun battle royal. The start of it was a little bit because you had the teams in there that you didn't think were gonna win, like the Gun Club, let me think who else was up. I can't even remember some of the teams at the start, but other teams that you thought could win all looked good in it, except for the Dark Order. They looked especially with that Marco stunt and Evil Uno botch that they did, where Evil Uno kind of just ran into the ring post after Marco stunt was already on the floor. But I enjoyed Bear Country in there. I think they looked amazing in it. I like Bear Country. I've been high on them since their indie days. Then Jungle Boy looked great. I think Jungle Boy is definitely a future star, no matter he's a future star in the company for sure. Like he's going to be a main eventer one day. He has so much potential. He's over with the crowd. But Phoenix and Pac were the best choice in my eyes because they worked really good together as a tag team. And surprisingly, they were almost as good, not as good, but almost as good as Penta and Rey Fénix do, which is pretty cool because Penta and Rey Fénix are actually brothers, and Phoenix and Pac have never really interacted before. But now, I hope that they take the titles off the Young Bucks.
All right, yeah. Lucas.
I knew Death Triangle was gonna win this one. First time I saw Death Triangle, I was like, they got to put Death Triangle in Young Bucks. So these guys can put on a good match. You saw what Rey Fénix, the Lucha Bros did with the Young Bucks, and Rey Fénix is a Pac with this time. So I expect a great match for them. So I look at the future for Battle Wars. I look at future shots for tag team titles. Which one will be the better fit? Which one will be the perfect style for fighting and everything like that? So I went with Death Triangle. I have other teams in mind though, like Dark Order and everything. They fucking sucked, to be honest, in that match. I expected high for them, but they sucked, to be honest. Jurassic Express were also another one, and Jungle Boy impressed me. Like, this guy just went crazy at the end. Because I legit thought he was going to win at that crazy sequence with Rey Fénix. But Rey Fénix won, and I knew it was going to happen. I figured that was going to happen. But still, though, it was still a great match, though. Like, seriously. Look back on this match. Look at the sequence between Jungle Boy and Rey Fénix. It was great.
All right, yeah. This was one of my favorite battle royals I've ever seen in AEW. All the teams that competed in there killed it in there, and a lot of great action.
Yep.
Anyways, Hikaru Shida defeated Ryo Mizunami in a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Now, this is honestly one of the best women's matches in AEW that I've ever seen, despite the fact that they aren't the best division right now. But this match is honestly one of my favorite AEW women's matches so far. Lucas.
Okay, call me crazy, but this might be the second or maybe the match of the night, in my opinion. Because it's kind of crazy how it seems. The rest of the matches in the card were good, but nothing like kind of represents this, to be honest. Because this is back and forth, near fall to near fall, so you expect that. You know, it is about Japanese wrestlers in the ring. So you expect some good things going into this match. You expect some brutality. You expect viciousness and everything like that. You expect it from Japanese wrestlers that go at it, even the women's as well. Like, for example, like Shida and Mizami like went at it. It was brutal, and I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. This is my favorite match of the night because it was back and
Yeah, I
forth.
enjoyed it too.
It kept going on. Some people might think that the barbed wire death match tonight, you could, but I feel like this match was better overall because I feel like this one was great because the women's division right now is kind of going up there right now. It's like slightly getting there, but I feel like if you can book it right, book the women's divisions right, and this go for any company out there. If you can book the women's division right and let them have more time on TV, I feel like more people watch the women's division. But this match is really good though. I expected more things. What's her name? What's the challenger's name?
Real Mizunami.
Mizunami. Thank you. I said great things to Ryo Mizunami, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Jacob.
I like the match, and I appreciate AEW for actually going out and explaining the story to people who like weren't familiar with how far back their past go, and like how Shida had never beaten Ryu, and how much bigger of an impact her win actually had than if they didn't actually mention it at all, which I think added more to the match because it made it feel more important. Because Ryu was just kind of toying with Shida at the start because she felt confident because Shida never beat her before, and I think that's good storytelling. And it was good, hard-hitting action, which is what the women's division needs more of. And I think they can implement more, especially if they get more with like partnerships and stuff. Like they can bring in a lot of women's talent and put them on the spotlight on national TV.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine thinking of kind of collaboration with any promotion. Imagine we get Rosemary and TNA, Rosemary and AEW, and imagine we get Abandon and Rosemary. I think that would be a pretty good match, in my opinion, because you got both have freaky personas. You both got crazy storytelling and everything like that, kind of like that. And just imagine that, like, you can pair these up, have good matches. Like, for example, you could have, oh god, there's a couple of them that I have in mind. West One and maybe Scrubber Sky, maybe that can work. You never know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like for women's division, you need to collab more companies in there and collab more companies that were willing to work at AEW and to ship them to AEW, see how it works, maybe. But that's all we'll do, because if you want to put the women's division right, you got to put different styles in there. You can't stick to the same style,
Yeah. Anyway, so the next match, Miro and Kip Sabian defeated the Best Friends, which had Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor.
I got this right.
Now again, another good match. I enjoyed it. It was pretty solid to me. Jacob.
It was, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this feud so far, and I wish that it would have ended at this, because this would have been a good end to it. Well, on Dynamite, they called him out for another match, but I enjoyed the pre-match beatdown. I think Miro sold a little bit too much for Chuck Taylor for my liking. I think how he was booked at the end, he should have just did about the whole match, honestly. You could have taken out the pre-match beatdown and had Miro just kind of come through and just demolish both Chuck and Orange Cassidy in 5 minutes, and I think it would have got him over a little bit more. But it was a good match. I enjoyed that we actually got to see a more monster side instead of just the goofy, video gamer that Miro is. There's nothing bad with it, but I think Miro can be a lot more than just kind of floundering with Kip Sabian right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Lucas.
Personally, for me, I think this might be the worst match in the card. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there's some other matches out there that I might have forgot of. But this match was still not bad. I'll still admit, the matches are decent. And if you got a match that's decent in the card or halfway decent in basically a whole entire card, you did not bad. And this is the match that I picked Miro Kid saving the win because, I feel like it's more fitting them to win, and that's what happened. A lot of you expect best friends to win because, Trenton is out. But come on. You gotta book. Come on. Mira's in there. You gotta book him right. You can't allow him to fall in the same hole and follow him in the bad storyline that he was with Bobby Lashley and everything like that. So to see him win was great for me. Not because I get another win on my belt, but that also means that they're doing something right with Miro. Because here's what I'll do. In 3 months, keep having Sabian. But in the last month, they're gonna have some disputations, some dysfunctional shit. And then in maybe June or July, break them up and let Miro be a monster. Let Miro do his own thing. Let Miro just be a fucking dominant person, and let him have the TNT champion for a while, God. Because Miro was straight wrong, WWE. So I don't want him to follow the same mold. Ken Sabian, I'm high on Ken Sabian and all, but I feel like that storyline with Miro and Penelope and everything like that, I feel like that kind of killed them, in my opinion. Maybe that's
Yeah.
just me. Maybe that's just me. But it's still not a bad match. But hey, I got it right though. I'm good.
All right, all right. The next match on the card. 1 second. It's the big money match. Hangman Page defeated Matt Hardy.
I got
Jacob, go
nothing
ahead.
right.
This match was good, but in my opinion, it went on a little bit too long. I think this match didn't need to. I think you could have cut down on this match and maybe given it to the ladder match or something. But I don't know. It was just like this match just felt like it went on and on. Like it kind of dragged a little bit, and we kind of all knew that Hangman was winning. Like they kind of made it like pretty. Then me personally, I'm not a fan of Hangman in the Dark Order. Like I don't. The Dark Order is just kind of there right now. They don't really have any direction and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're just there
Yeah.
after Brody's passing and stuff. They're just kind of there. They don't have like full direction of where they're going. They don't have a leader. They don't have any real main event talent, which I think they could build some. But other than that, it was a pretty good match. It just went on too long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lucas.
I kind of agree with Jacob, to be honest, because I feel like this match is also a bit too long to me. Because it's still not a bad match or nothing like that, but I feel like it's a little dragged a little bit too long. But that doesn't mean that I was right. Because I was difficult who I'm going to choose. Because I picked Heyman to win the predictions. But you have the big money match. Because if Matt Hardy were to won, it was still fitted because, that's big money match. But it's good to see Heyman Page won. He's a future champion. Like, let him beat Kenny Omega, please. Like, let the man just have his moment. For the love of God. Stop putting him with Moxley in there because we see his matches a couple times. Maybe have him in Kingston, but we're not gonna get to that. We'll get to that later. But going to the match though, not a bad match, but this is a little too long again. Personally, for me, I prefer broken Matt Hardy over Big Money match. I'm sorry, but I think it's a little bit entertaining to me.
I understand.
Even though I like Big Money Matt, but I feel broken Matt Hardy is a lot better. And for the love of God, if Jeff Hardy decides to pair up with Matt Hardy, I'm doing, please bring back Barry Nero, please. That'd be cool. But hey, that's a little future. But I'll retract that again.
Yeah. I don't have much to say about this match except It was a good match, but it was a little dragged on.
It's a match
Otherwise, I enjoyed it. Next match is Scorpio Sky defeated Cody Rhodes, Penta, Lance Archer, Max Caster, and the debut of Ethan Page.
Huh.
And this was the Face of the Revolution ladder match for a future AEW TNT Championship match. Jacob?
Oh man, I was anybody who knows me knows I love Ethan Page. I love the North as a tag team. They were one of my favorite tag teams in the past. Like all of 2020, they carried Impact in my opinion before like all the other talent kind of started getting built up again. Like Ethan Page is a really good worker. He's a great heel. I think he's going to be a future TNT champion. I hope they just give him some mic time every single week just to kind of talk his shit. You know what I mean? Like just he was a really good worker. But in this match though, after he debuted, I was like, okay, he might actually win this. But everybody looked good. Penta looked good. Lance Archer looked good. Scorpio Sky, who won, I was happy for him because I think he's been overlooked for a while now, and he hasn't been like given his proper opportunity to really shine. Because I think Scorpio Sky could be a really good like upper mid card like player in AEW. Then Cody, I'm not the biggest fan of Cody, especially right now with this whole WrestleMania entrance. 10 pounds of pyro, which is kind of ironic when you look at how the show ended. But
Yeah.
he looked good in the match. I like the little generic, baby face comes back after the injury, which set up him and Penta's story, which is gonna go on for like maybe a week or two. But I think everybody looked good. I was happy Scorpio Sky and Darby Allin put on a good match on Dynamite. Sadly, Scorpio didn't win, but I didn't expect him to win. But it was a good match.
Yeah, Lucas?
Personally, for me, I wanted Penta to win so bad. I do not know why, but I just wanted fucking Penta to win so bad. Like, I don't know why. You feel you deserved it, and I feel like if people would have won, Pac and Phoenix would have won the tag team titles. We were at that triangle as fucking tag team champions and the champion, yo. Like seriously, that'd be great. But it is what it is. I'm happy for Scorpio Sky and all that, but I feel like him and Darby should have been in like a pay-per-view match. But I feel like there's some future matches for them, and maybe Scorpio Sky can win the title. You never know. But it was still a really good match. Like this is one of my favorite matches off the card. That and the women's matches, the women's championship match and everything like that. But this match was really good. And thank God Cody didn't win that match. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Cody, but I didn't want him to win. I don't want to win that. Grabbing the Sonic ring. Because that thing looked like the fucking Sonic ring. Like, what the hell was that?
I thought it was a
just got a
donut.
regular contract in there, but you got fucking a brass ring. A fucking, that was like Sonic would jump out of and try to collect. Sonic could have been in this match for the love of God and won the fucking thing and challenged Darby out for the love of God. But it's still not a bad match though. I have Scorpio Sky and all that, but I feel like Penta should have won this one, but still not a bad match though.
Yeah, I thought it was well deserved for Scorpio Sky. This match proved that he's better off as a single star. But yeah, this match as a whole is pretty good.
Hell yeah. I think Scorpio Sky should be better off his own.
Yeah. Anyways, next match, Darby Allin and Sting defeated Team Taz in a street fight. Oh boy. This match killed it. One of the best theatrical matches I've seen in AEW. Like, I enjoyed it. Jacob.
This match was really good. I enjoyed it all, but I might get some hate for this, but I am not a fan of the Darby Allin and Sting pairing. I personally don't see the comparison besides some face paint and them being kind of dark and gothic, which I can understand why people would want them together. But me personally, I'm not the biggest fan. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed like the theatrics with it, except for when Will Hobbs came out with the mask on, because let's be honest, everybody knew that was Will Hobbs. You can't hide that mountain of meat behind a mask and try and act, kind of shocked like it. But it was a good match. But me personally, I don't know. Seeing Sting, it's just because I feel Brian Cage should have been world champion. I think he could have beaten Moxley. I didn't I think once he loses the whole FTW title BS that they have him with, I think he could be a real main eventer. Then Darby looked good. His stunts looked good. He bumped really good for Cage and stuff. Like, Cage had some amazing moments in the match. I just kind of feel bad for Ricky Starks because he didn't really get too much of a chance to shine. He was just kind of there to take the pin, which I don't think he should be there to do. I think Ricky Starks can be a star too. Although Team Taz all has amazing potential. But it was a good match. I just think the winner should have been Team Taz, but that's just me being nitpicky.
I can see why.
Yeah. Lucas.
I actually agree with Jacob with this thing in Darby Allin, because I'm going to say this, and you know what, y'all can hate us for this, but you know what we gotta say? Fuck you and suck my balls. Anyways, I do not like personally Sting and Darby Allin. I do not see them similar. Darby Allin is more of a high risker, high flyer, and everyone that. Sting is more of a technical brawler. Darby Allin is not that. Darby Allin is all about risk. He's all about kind of like Jeff Hardy to me. Sting is just Sting. Let's just be honest. But the match though was really good. I feel like for some reason FTW should have won this match though. That I figure Sting and Darby will win because this is Sting's return match, and I feel like it's a little bit petty because you know some people are petty that want Sting to win and everything like that. To be honest, that's why people pick Sting and Darby on to win. Even though I picked them because it was predictable and everything, but I feel like people pick them to win because they're petty about Sting returning to the ring. I'm just being straight honest with you guys. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, Sting killed it, actually.
He did, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know why. Like I feel like some new talent should be over. I don't know. I don't know why, but I don't know about Sting though in AEW. Even though it was surprising at first, but I don't know personally how to feel about it. But if you know what I mean. I watched it at first, but I don't know how to feel about it now. But it still doesn't mean it was a good match, though. Like, all of them killed it. Darby Allin fucking killed it in this match. This man went all out in this match. Did a coffin drop off the fucking window. He went through a glass window for the love of God, a glass door or something like that. It was fun. It was fun. I loved it.
That was fun to watch. I agree with you, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that is what I was trying to say.
All right. Main event. Let's talk about the main event.
Oh, I also want to talk about something.
But before that, who wants to talk about who came in AEW today?
Today.
At the time of recording, as we're talking about this past Sunday, guess who came into AEW?
Same.
Christian.
Yes.
Christian Cage.
The man,
come on.
The myth.
Christian
the
Cage. That's right, Lucas.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Now, Jacob, how do you feel about that debut?
I popped. I can't lie. I popped, especially because he's Christian Cage and he's not just Christian. Because that just gave me flashbacks to when he was in TNA and he was at the top of the mountain. I'm always been a fan of Christian. I always think he was underutilized in WWE. And I'm happy that he's going to get to kind of finish his career on his terms, kind of like Edge a little bit, where Edge kind of got to finish his career on his terms instead of cool, reasons for retirement and stuff like that. Although with how they used him on Dynamite, I don't want to see him feuding with Kenny Omega because I don't think Christian should be brought in to put Kenny Omega over and then kind of just go back down into the mid-card. I think Christian could have came in and feuded with somebody like Ethan Page, which I think would be a really good feud on the mic. And just storytelling-wise, I think that'd be a better way to put somebody over. Because Kenny doesn't, me personally, I don't think Kenny needs a whole feud with Christian Cage, but that's just me. So I hope they use him kind of, you can have them win matches, but also have them put over the new younger talent to really kind of say that this era of wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas, how do you feel about Christian coming in?
Oh my god. First of all, I feel so fucking stupid to not know his TNA theme song because I heard it before, and I feel so fucking stupid to not know about that. But it was a good surprise though, because once I saw the title Christian Cage, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Christian! It's fucking Christian Cage! He's back again! Because we fucking saw him at the fucking Rumble, and now 2 months later, we see him at AEW Revolution. Like, what the hell? He just went bipolar, basically. He like, oh, I'm okay. I'm gonna return over here. You know what? I don't like it over here. I'm gonna go over here. Oh, I like it over here. So that's how it went. So Christian goes to AEW, and oh my god, I popped. So I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Christian. I was like, what the hell is going on? Cause I thought it'd be Kurt Angle, I thought it'd be John Cena. I didn't know who was the fight was gonna be, and it was Christian. I was like, wow. I was like, oh shit, this should be good. But book him right, please, because Christian in TNA was great. He was top of the mountain. He had amazing heel turn against Sting. Amazing matches. And everything like that. Like, book this man right. Because fucking WWE booked him as a big card. They book him like the shadow of Edge. No offense to Edge or nothing. But I feel like Christian should be more appreciated than Edge. It's like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, basically. They booked Jeff Hardy more than Matt Hardy. And Matt Hardy gets more much appreciated. That's why the heel turn happened. That's why Christian turned on Edge before 2001. But, my God, that was a great return. I was like, holy shit. And, like, I wasn't on the call with Jason and Josh for this, but...
Yeah, I remember that.
Because the reason why, because I don't want to get spoiled, and once I went and saw it myself, I went ape shit. I went fucking ape shit for Christian, because Christian is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I want to see what great matches. Maybe, he can have one. I don't know. There's many ones he could have. Maybe Cody. Maybe Pentagon. Maybe I don't know. You never know. Maybe Sting. Maybe Sting gets revenge on Christian Cage for that heel turn, like 15 years ago, or how many years ago it was. But yeah, I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that was a shock to me. I did not expect Christian to come to AEW. I was expecting someone else to come in. Wow, that was a total shock to me, and my reaction was priceless, according to Josh.
I wish I saw it, but you know what?
Yes. Anyways, main event time.
Oh Jesus, I know you're talking.
Kenny Omega defeated Jon Moxley in a exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW World Championship. Now, I enjoyed this match. It was insane. Match of the night to me, aside from the ending, which was pretty odd.
Gosh.
I would not say terrible or bad. It was just odd. That's all. Lucas, go ahead and do this. Do your thing.
Oh God. Okay. I got some things I fucking question about this.
Go ahead and rant if you have to.
Oh God. Okay. I'm about to go.
On how quote unquote you think it's bad.
I'll go on the good first, and I'll go on to the bad. How about that to make it more fitting for you and make it so,
so kind.
Yeah, so selling for you, Jason, because you don't like bad things to happen. Oh, okay. I'm done playing nice now. I'll admit this. The match was good. The whole entire match was good, and you know what? The Sweat Barbed Wire match was really good, and you know what? I'll admit, I legit went ate shit throughout this whole entire match with things exploding on people. The Paradise shit through the barbed wire. KMS face went to explode barbed wire. You got all these things that as a death match. I'm not a big fan of death matches, for the love of God, and death matches are always great. Death matches are always exciting. They always bring flavor or something like that. I don't know why. They're just great to me, But now to the bad.
Yes,
Where
sir.
do I begin with the ending? What the hell was that?
No, I mean, what the hell?
You're not AJ. You're not AJ Styles. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways,
I just love to joke with you.
Yeah, not the time. Anyways, what the hell? What the hell was the ending though? Seriously. I expected a fucking explosion in the ring.
Explode inside Daly's place. Yeah,
exactly. I expected the ring to basically collapse and all the scene, because the thing about exploding bubble matches, when the time goes off, the middle of the ring is the climax. The middle of the ring is when everything's supposed to happen, exploding, everything like that. That's what you expect. But you had that. Sparkle wasn't always just a little bit explosions. K-Omega, Doncaster, the fuck was that? Legit, Goldberg and fucking Gilbert had a fucking more dangerous entrance than this. Hell, fucking, there can't be fucking Hulk Hogan with a steel chair hitting somebody in the head in 2000. What can be more dangerous than that? Undertaker's big boot to John Cena at WrestleMania 34 was more dangerous than that.
Damn.
Like, what the hell was that, AEW? This is why we don't expect perfection. Because here's the thing about people. Here's the thing about wrestling fans, and I'm going to be straight up honest here. Wrestling people praise these companies, WWE, AEW, like they're fucking God. They praise them
because they are.
Because they're They're not. I'm sorry, they're not.
They
praise them like they're. Shut up for a second. They praise them like they're fucking God. They praise them like they're God, basically. And that reason right there.
Best companies ever.
Yeah, my ass is the best company ever, so, yeah. But, oh, God, I expected a lot more from this match. This is probably my birthday match tonight, but this was goddamn disappointing at the end. I was like, even though I was emotional at the end because Eddie Kingston came out to save his brother. I'll admit that. He came out and said his brother and everything like that. That's what I like right there. At the end. And I got kind of emotional because that's what I'll do for a brother. I will sacrifice myself for other people out there. That's what I'll do. But my God. The ending, though, the spoiler thing was just dumb. Oh, God. I would jump out of my bed and fucking landed on my knees again. That could be more dangerous than that exploding barbed wire match. Like, seriously. That's how bad it was. That was softer than the goddamn pillow. But move on to somebody else. I was going to go ape shit on some people. Move on.
Do it on me.
I'm going to let somebody else do that. I'll let Walt Sullivan come out and let him go ape shit on you.
How about you let Jacob go on this match?
Now, I watched legitimate death matches. The night before, I watched the death match in GCW where they actually, which I thought they were gonna do, where they actually replaced the ropes with barbed wire. And I felt that match was better than this one because I feel they didn't go full fledged with, like, they called it a death match, but it wasn't a death match. Like, they could have called it a hardcore match, and it would have been better in my opinion for me, because I've seen legitimate death matches where it's a bunch of dudes hitting each other with light tubes. They're actually bleeding buckets out there. I get it. You can't always put stuff like that in a nationally televised company. I get that, but then don't call it a death match because I feel the explosions, right? The explosions weren't even that good for me because the ones on the ropes, if you actually slowed down and watched it, because I did, because I was like that, they went off before the person actually hit the rope, so they didn't actually feel, the actual explosion. Except for Omega, the one time where he accidentally, where he ran into it and it hit him in the face, but then he called for water, and that kind of dulled it down for me. I can't lie. But then the barbed wire one on the outside, where the explosion was 2 feet away from them, essentially, and it really had no impact on it. I just felt like, and the barbed wire, I could tell that it was dulled down because if you actually jump into barbed wire, they wouldn't have gotten out as fast as they did. Like, it was a good match, but I just feel they should have gone full fledged with it and like done a full fledged GCW, CZW style death match. Like, I don't know. I think they should have just did a hardcore match, something like that. Just death matches. It wasn't a death match for me, but that's just me because I've watched the legit one.
I mean, it could have been better. That's all.
I've seen Nick Gage actually legitimately. Nick Gage died at a deathmatch show. He got brought back to life, so he's still alive. But he actually died at a deathmatch show because he got cut too deep. But he cut a promo while he's bleeding out, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen, considering that he got brought back to life. He said the doctor was like asking him questions, and he told the doctor to shut the fuck up. He needs to cut a promo. I was sitting there laughing.
Oh yeah, and Moxley agreed with this ending. It wasn't that good.
There's a video on it.
I'm not gonna lie. I expected the ending to be what it was because I was like, there's no way if they couldn't explode them like legitimately with the boards and stuff like Mick Foley did back in the old days, then they weren't gonna blow up the ring. And I just kind of laughed at it. Then they tried to excuse Eddie Kingston, selling it to death, saying that he passed out because he thought his brother was gonna die.
Yeah, and Tony Khan addressed this too.
But then I saw, I've seen Eddie Kingston legitimately, take a spike to somebody's head, and I'm like, does Eddie Kingston really have a heart though? Think about it. But other than that, it was a decent match, but I just think it could have been better, all in all.
Yeah.
But I hope we get Kenny versus Eddie because I think Eddie Kingston is wonderful on the mic, and I think he can really tell
he's a good heel.
He could not even just a heel. He could his just promo skills are just top of the line. Like, he can cut a promo with the best of them. Exactly. Like, he makes you actually invested into the story, and I think that's what AEW needs right now. They need somebody to actually get you invested, especially after something like the ending. But other than that, it was decent.
Yeah. I mean, AEW is still like a small company. I mean, they're still growing, but I know they'll get there.
Yeah. The thing about it is, though, they could have done way more. Because I've seen death matches that they go crazy with that. And this is just not a death match. I don't know why you call this a death match in the first place. You can call this like a hardcore match and everything, everything like that. But it's still not a death match. Death match is when somebody basically just fucking dies, basically. Okay, come on. Like, seriously, that wasn't even that. That was just a hardcore match in general. Like, that was
more
nothing.
Of one.
That was nothing. That was just straight up nothing. They just did nothing this match, to be honest. Like, but the thing about this, the reason why I said that Goldberg and Gilbert had more danger entrance in this, because you had Spark Whistle of a guy. What the hell was that? Oh God, I was like, because I thought they're going to I thought they're gonna explode the ring and everything like that, but still doesn't take it away though, because Moxie's jacket was really good though. I'll admit that his jacket was awesome though.
The Onita inspired one?
Yeah. I was like, damn, that looks sick on him. But that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Anyways, now let's move on to the rankings. Lucas, how would you rate it?
Besides the Thunder Rosa, besides the ending of the match, I'm going to be honest and be blunt. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm sorry. It's an 8 for me.
I mean, it's a good rating.
But you expect it to have it 9 and 10 or something, but it's an 8 to me. It's just a show that was good, borderline good and everything like that to me. It was just underwhelming to me. I'm going to be honest. It was just kind of underwhelming to me. Because I expected way more in this pay-per-view, but it's still okay, I guess. But if it wasn't for the ending, I would give it a 9. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I'm giving this a 9 because the only thing that wasn't the best, I'll put it at that, was the ending. That's all. Jacob, how would you rate it?
I'd give it an 8 because for me personally, if a pay-per-view is going to be a 9 or a 10, it would have to be something that I'd want to go back and watch like years down the line and stuff. But there was no match on the show. Like maybe I want to go back and see Christian debut again, but there was no match on the show that I could really see myself, going back like next year and rewatching. Like last year, you had the Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page match, which you can go back and you'll watch it and you'll still feel excited. But I don't feel like this show had a match for me that really, that I'd really go back out of my way to see.
That really like stood out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah, I understand that. Now, outro's time. Thanks for checking out this episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, fastest rising podcast in pro wrestling, where we recapped AEW's most recent pay-per-view, Revolution. The next AEW pay-per-view predictions episode will be Double or Nothings, which is not until May. Hey, so yeah, subscribe to this podcast and the Moshcast. Thanks for watching our review on this show. Lucas.
Yeah, thank you for watching me just shit on the fucking ending of the show. Because thank you for watching me just rant on my rant and just say some truth, even though it was really interrupted a couple times and everything like that. But you know what? That's just happens sometimes. Jason, you're an asshole. So remember that you're an asshole. You are a manipulator. You're a manipulator. You're an asshole. Remember that. Anyways,
it's not true, but okay.
But anyways, thank you guys for having me on the show. For me, just going crazy on the show as always. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat, which is Rainmaker. I'll be back on Instagram here soon, but I will not tell you when. But I will tell when I need to. There you go.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned for my return. Even though I've just been on my hiatus for a little bit for Instagram. But yeah, keep following me on Snapchat because you never know. I might do some crazy shit on there. You might just see me in my school in the nutshell. You never know. And yeah, I'm gonna pass it to somebody else.
Jacob.
Jacob. I'm gonna pass it to Jacob. I'm gonna get out of here before I go ape shit, and I'm gonna jump my bed. Bye.
All right, Jacob, end it off.
All right. Thank you for letting me on to the podcast. I know I haven't been very consistent with trying to attempt to come on. Well, no, I've been trying to, but I just get caught up with other stuff. But it's always fun to get on the podcast. It's always fun to sit and talk wrestling, and thank the viewers who take their time out of the day to actually come through and listen to us. Yeah, if you want to reach out to me on social media, my Instagram page, my wrestling page got taken down recently over something that we have no idea what happened, but we're making a return soon on a bigger not a bigger platform, but on a bigger page. Hopefully we can get, back to the way that we were. But yeah.
Yeah, and also, guys, the Moshcast 1-year anniversary is coming up this month. So stay tuned for our video presentation and the episode.
Yes.
Take care, everybody.
Bye!